Man, what up, y'all? What up, y'all? Just finished my run, man. 30 minutes, 20 seconds. I ran on the treadmill inside. You know, it's too cold outside. I ain't trying to look out there and get pneumonia, you feel me? Today was one of those days where I really asked myself, like, how I was going to do it, you know? I was 7 minutes into my run, you know, and I really felt like I wanted to give up. I started to ask myself, how would I feel if I would just stop right now? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I am doing too much. You know what I'm saying? I kept going, though. That was 7 minutes in. I finished my run at 30 minutes, 20 seconds, nonstop. You know, so that final 27 minutes was me versus me. You know, I was already tired. You know, I was kind of sluggish getting in the gym today, you know, but I'm here. You know, I woke up at my regular time, 3:45, but it was still hard for me to get here. But a lot of times I'm so used to, you know, my regimen that I forget that what I do isn't normal at all. You know what I'm saying? What I do is very abnormal. Getting up at 3:45, I start work at 9 a.m. You know, that's about 5 hours ahead of time. I don't have to do this, but I do it anyway because I told myself I was going to do it, and I made it my routine. And overall, I'm just so blessed that I'm able to get up and do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we get so used to the mundane that we get jaded and we get aggravated, and a lot of times we may even want praise from others, but we have to embrace the mundane and love the mundane. You know what I'm saying? What other people have that you want, that's their life, and you probably had something that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't thinking about them, and you was enjoying your blessings. You wasn't thinking about the people who hey, good morning. You wasn't really thinking about the people who didn't have it. You know, so me being here, you know, I'm just overall blessed that I'm able to look at life through that lens. You know, there are things I desire in this world, you know, whether it's a confidant, whether it's a community, whether it's financial success. By the end of the day, like, I'm appreciating and falling in love with the mundane. Because where I'm at now, I'll never get it back. So I must appreciate where I'm at now, because what I'm doing now is going to get me to where I would like to be, Lord's will. You know, all I can do is add some more grace and time to repent so I can wake up and see that day one day. You know what I'm saying? So overall, man, I'm just so blessed that I'm able to look at life through that lens, doing my best to remain gracious, you know, embracing the struggle and making sure that I love the mundane. You have to love the mundane. You have to love those moments where you're not seeing the fruits of your work. You know, you got to love those long nights where on the weekends when you're studying. You have to love those moments of solitude. You have to love those moments where you're being betrayed. You have to love those moments where you're trying to speak wisdom into others and they're not listening, if they're not adhering. You know what I'm saying? You have to really appreciate those moments, you know, because I'm telling you, like, once you get out of that funk, once you get out of that jam, you look in hindsight, you're going to be so glad that you put the work in now. You're going to be so glad that you stayed diligent and disciplined. You're going to be so glad that you didn't throw in the towel, you know. So overall, just try to live your life in the state of your wish fulfilled. You know, it may feel like delusion, but delusion until it manifests into the visible, until it's being able to be seen and viewed, touched, grabbed by you or even others, you know. So embrace the mundane, have beauty in the struggle. What's up? Good morning. Good, how you doing? Same. But don't matter. It don't matter. Whichever you want. But yeah, overall, I'm just trying to remain blessed. And all praise to the Most High, Shalom, APTTMH. God bless the sons of Abraham, and God bless the gods of Sarah, you feel me? God bless God's chosen people, the Israelites, you feel me? And embrace the mundane and have beauty in the struggle.